Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blackbird Podcast. Are y'all good? Are you enjoying this weather we're getting? Isn't it beautiful? Fucking splendid. Freezing cold. Rain and snow and shit. Can do without it. This I don't think is a podcast really today. Just touching base, keeping things moving along. Yeah. When I was on about the Waterford thing in 2026, I meant 2026, not 2016. I don't know why. It's the same when I said 2024. I keep saying 2014. 2026 is when it's at. Unless you have a time machine to go back to 2016. Or full stop, go back as far as Canada and tell them, don't retire, Eric, please. You'd be fantastic. That would be appreciated. So we're stuttering into the spring. It's trying to come and just do its thing, but this fucking rain and snow is just acting the maggot. Putting up a fight. But my parts for my bow arrived a bit late, but they arrived. They arrived Saturday. I was happy out with them. What was I getting? I get the arrow rest. And I got a plunger, spring button, whatever you want to call it. And I tried to put it together Saturday, but then I lost my fucking mind. You know when you're doing something and there's too much noise around you, you just... bad vibrations. So that didn't happen. So in turn I missed my shoot on Sunday, which was unfortunate, but I went to the Galty range last night with the brother and I got it sorted thanks to Grumpy Dave. Grumpy Dave, I just asked him a question and he took it off me and just did it. Because this is the riser from my bow. Isn't it pretty? And this is one of the parts I got. My arrow rest. It's a nice bolt on guy there now. He's going nowhere. And then you have your plunger will come in here. And it sticks out here and it'll help center your arrow. Center your shot, you know. When you have it lined up, your arrow should be just, if you're right-handed like I am, the tip of the arrow should be just to the left of your string line. And you're good to go. But the fucking plunger was getting caught in this guy here, so he wasn't getting right in. So Dave, excuse me, Grumpy Dave, he went fucking with that and he made it right, made it work. And then we set it, eventually, had to take a bunch of shots. And then this guy, the plunger was set, and then you can lock that up. So when you're finished, you can just screw it off, put it in the bag. And when you put it back on later on, you're just good to go. You just screw it right in. Happy days. And X's were back on the menu. Got a bunch of X's last night, which I haven't seen in a while. Consistently. So just gotta get some time with that now to kind of get a vibe off it. Tune into it. And yeah. Hopefully have a bunch of good shoots this year. It's getting busy now. And I missed two now already. Fuck. So now I have to become a bit of a stickler when it comes to the bow. Because I was always bitching about the guys with the compound bows. They're so finicky. My bow is equally finicky. So I have to cop the fuck on, like, you know. Get spare parts even when you don't need them, just to have them so you won't have to wait in future. Oh, excuse me, I've had a bite to eat. So that's a good start to the week. So I thought. So it is. There you are. For fuck. So there you go now, that's my bow, all sorted. Bring in my dogs. So I was, do you watch documentaries, from YouTube and stuff? I say YouTube, that's where they are, but I mean, I go back as far as some BBC productions that have been put up there, like from years ago. But there's some you kind of come across when you might be after a few drinks the day before, you know what I mean? And you're feeling kind of bait. And you say, this is fucking interesting. And you're kind of comfy, so you're thinking, it's nice and cozy, nice and warm. This whoever's talking over this has a good voice. I'm going to listen and see what this is about. Some light entertainment as you nurse your hangover or whatever, your man flu or whatever you have. I got some fucking thing going out the last 2 weeks. Excuse me, I cannot shake the motherfucker. You think you'd be over these things, and then it's just like, you're not. But anyway, back to the I was watching a few documentaries, and there was one in particular that kind of freaked me out because of my condition that I was in, being poorly. And it's about this Planet X, they call it. Now, this guy was really nerdy fucker, you know what I mean? He was talking like all kinds of crazy, but it was all science stuff, and it scared the shit right out of you. I was like, you can't trust the fucking thing anymore. You can just take it as well, this is entertaining, and if something pops up in it, and if you feel so inclined, what you probably should do if you're going to go on about it, do some research the fuck out of it. And research is fucking a lot of digging. It's very time consuming. You gotta check things and double check them and triple check them. You gotta fucking track everything down to what do they call it? Branch and root. But this fucking guy, and the way he's talking, it's like, he's amazed at the way all these things will happen. He's speaking with absolute glee and excitement, and I'm thinking, is this guy for real? I mean, but then I remembered the fucking forecast for tomorrow's weather is never fucking right. So how the fuck can this guy be right about it? A planet that apparently is shrouded in mystery. We've never seen it. Let me lick this fucking cigarette, and I'll get down to it from the start, because this cunt, I'm still in the middle of researching if this guy is a fucking whack job or what. But even if he's right, we're all fucked. And if he's wrong, I'm gonna meet him and fucking kick the shit out of him for putting the fair fuck in me. But he so apparently there's this planet. You have all the planets that we in our system, and they all have their orbit, but this particular planet has a ridiculous orbit that takes thousands of years to come by us, and it's of such a scale that it's gonna disrupt everything in our system on its arrival. And then I guess it's stationary for a spell. It just moves that slow on this fucking orbit. So it could be there for another 1,000 years, and then it's gone for 3, 4, 5,000 years, whatever. So anyway, this fucking guy is going on about North Poles and fucking earthquakes, volcanic things, oceans boiling. It's not a pretty picture what this guy's painting. And all the while, in the middle of the whole description of the demise of the fucking human race, because of this Nibiru, or whatever the fuck he called, they're going on about fucking the military budget in America. So that kind of made me go, whoa, wait a minute, what, you're on about what? You're on about buying a fucking ship in a landlocked part of America for a landlocked part of America. And that was the bones of their conversation. And then he just went off on this thing about, well, we have the information, the details, blah, blah, blah. And he went to paint this fucking picture of doom and gloom and tragedy. And it was like, fuck me, Pink, man. I'm trying to get a fucking relaxing evening here. So, flicked that off after a while, but it kind of haunted me for the rest of the fucking day. I don't know, is the fucking Heineken from before or what, but you can't trust the fucking thing. That's what I'm saying. You go on the news, your mainstream media, it's 50-50 with them fuckers the best of times. I think COVID showed them up for what they are, fucking cunts. And then you've all these independent journalists, I suppose, or whatever you want to call them, and they've got platforms on all the social medias, and even they're like, they need the clicks, don't they? So you have to wonder, everyone's got a fucking agenda, I suppose, with these news things. But this fucker with his 9th planet, or whatever the fuck it was, it was just not good. I was fucking like, God damn it. It's just getting into archery and everything. Now the fucking world is going to end. This sucks. So, the sad thing about that is I know people who get that and they'd run with it and drive themselves demented, have a nervous breakdown. So you really can't, I be thinking I'm fine, and then I get a text off of one of my buddies, and then he'll be going on about, aren't we privileged? Or we're being called privileged if you're European, white, and whatever. And I'm thinking, like, I'm fine with this. I said, no, that's nonsense. And then 2 sentences later, I'm fucking busting the phone trying to send this fucking angry rant. So you're thinking, okay, you'd be raging about stuff that you didn't realize you were raging about. So you gotta take time out, folks. You gotta take time out before you break your fucking phone or break your computer. It's just so many people have access now these days, I suppose, and a lot of it is just entertainment. And you gotta understand that. It's just entertainment. You can't be fucking thinking like some fucking prick in his basement knows more about the fucking... No one knows the future. There are people planning for the future. That's just to stop them going crazy in the present. Give them some kind of direction. So, to say the future, that's just silly. I don't even know what's going to happen when I finish up here this evening. But I have a plan on what I'd like to happen. So I seen this thing. I was in archery last night, as I said. And Grumpy Dave was like, did you see the news? Now Dave is, in fairness to him, he's an open-minded person when it comes to crazy kind of news and conspiracy things. But he'll take it at face value. Oh yeah, there was a terrible accident. This boat full of containers plowed into this bridge. And there's like maybe 20 people missing. Presumed dead. The bridge collapsed. Bridge is about a mile long or something. I can't believe I forget the name of the bridge, and I only fucking watched a clip about it earlier on today. But anyway, so that's the initial news you get, and then it's like, when you're about to post something somewhere else because of your feed. Now my feed is not really great because the way you can put out what you want to see more of, X, Y, and Z. I don't do that. I just say, fuck it, whatever's there is there, and I'll have a look. I'll browse. But I should probably search for more shit, so I'll get more of what I actually am interested in instead of all the crazy shit I've been getting lately. I've been getting crazy shit. So there's a fucking queue of people giving their 10 cents on the fucking this bridge thing, for example. I mean, I know I shouldn't, but I know I will. This evening I will be looking up more about this Ninth Planet business, and so stay tuned. I know I shouldn't, but I will. I know I will, but I shouldn't. But anyway, because I get more what I saw with this bridge thing, you know, they're like, and the way things have been going the last fucking number of years, you're like, I don't fucking know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Now they're saying it's some fucking psyop. Is that what you call them? So there's conspiracies flying out the fucking door. And then there's these folks doing these, they'll show you the news clip, and then they'll give you this, yeah, right. Then make some fucking comment like, do your research. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. Unless you're there. Unless you've seen it. Videos can be... I've seen some unbelievable videos. Especially regarding UFOs and stuff. And you just know that they're very impressive. But they look fake. There's something fucking fake about them. It's just that initial glance. You're like, oh, this is cool. But it's, you know it's not real. You'll always have that. I think it's like your instincts. Because there's a lot of splendid fucking things people can do with special effects and stuff. It's crazy what they can do. But at the same time, it's fucking obvious. Unless you get yourself into a hysterical state. Hysterical state? Yeah, a hysterical state. And you kind of go blind to what's right in front of you. And then you believe what you want to believe, regardless of there being evidence or not. So there's this bridge thing. Where the fuck is it? Is it in Boston or something? It's massive. I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about. So that's another example of the crazy that's just fucking flying around the place. And then you've this fucking... I will say, a lot of... When I see a bunch of stuff happen, kind of on the same week or whatever, it does seem like, well, fuck, that does seem very organised. Like a bunch of distractions, chain reaction. And then you'll be saying, get out of the fucking van and do your fucking job and stop looking at this bullshit. Because that's all it is bullshit. You get nothing fucking done. But that's my discipline beating down the door. Because, yeah, I was, what was it I was looking at? There was that bridge thing. Oh, yeah. And then you've the fucking Taoiseach resigning here in Ireland. But you have to think, well, you know something's going to come after this. And then you've that. I've never seen someone so fucking happy to take a position of power. I mean, you know what they say. Don't give power to those who are fucking gleefully looking for it. There's no good in there. And that another unelected individual. Democracy, my fuck, you know. And then they're reversing the hate speech, apparently. So what was that? Just fucking more smoke and mirrors? So yeah, anyway, when I got that text earlier on, it was about the WHO with their bullshit. I tell you, if I had power for a fucking day. For a day. Get a fucking bunch of hurleys and I'd be calling to people. So yeah. You may wonder why I try to keep busy. Because my brain just wants to go down all these rabbit holes and say, fuck. People are crashing huge boats into fucking bridges. For why? And then you're like, who the fuck? Who are you working for? All these distractions. That's all they are. Because let's be honest. TV shit. There's nothing really good to entertain you. So you've all these little fucking... It's like a game. That's what it's like. It's like a game. And you see all these other gamers trying to solve these puzzles that they've created in their own mind. Until 6 months later when you realise, fuck, they were right. Here's the evidence. So I look at these things now usually as light entertainment, sometimes very good comedy, and that's pretty much all. Except that Nine Planet motherfucker really got in there, rattled the cage. So I wasn't too happy with that. You know, you should never watch a damn thing the day after, the night before, when there's alcohol involved. Met some crazy crackers over in TJ Good Times. Met Timmy the Legend. He's a gas man. And Andrew O'Leary, king of bowling. He'd sing a song on a dime for you. Good crack. I've been in a pub in fucking ages. But it was good crack. So now I'm going to what fucking day do we have? Oh yeah, okay. So tomorrow is a no-no. Friday is a no-no. Yeah, so soon I'm going painting. Just trying to think what fucking days I had. I have 2 big fucking canvases there that I have to experiment with. Going experimenting. And looking forward to it. 0 plans. Just experiment. A lot of textures on the 2 of them, so who knows? We'll see what we'll see. I'm looking forward to going at them. They're just not sitting with me. It's that one's not even taken off, and this one's like, fuck, what was I thinking? It's just, there's nothing I'm happy with about it. There's a few there that came out really well. I'm looking at them, and I'm still very happy with them. But it's like if you step away for a few days and you're just shooting yourself in the foot, the train of thought is gone, boom, finito. So I'm kind of, in one weird way, I'm looking at all these crazy fucking posts and videos online. Try to get everything from all corners of the world. Just to get the a general vibe off of all of those places, all of those things going on, and try a common thing together, maybe that might clash with another thing, or you know, you either see scenarios or create scenarios and find a visual expression for them, but it's very broad. There's no fucking no details per se, you know, it's a very loose plan. It's just to be kind of conscious of all of these things when you approach the canvas, and then just fucking go and see what comes up. That's the plan. That is the fucking plan. So the boys came back from Spain victorious. You'd be glad to know. The European Championships in archery. The brother David and Keith and Charlie, they all did very well. They got medals. The medals are spanking. They're really cool. The brother's going to come in and tell me all about it, because it's a fucking cool thing. I can't believe I say they can't believe they got medals, but it fucking sounded very interesting. Only briefly had a chat with the brother about it yesterday. But I'm looking forward to having a few drinks with him now. Shoot the shit about being over in Spain, shooting for medals. Because I think he was there for day 1 of the competition. He was on the phone to me. I think they were having like a practice. He goes, there's this fucking cunt from Sweden. I think it was Sweden, he said. And he's just fucking pushing back on him and interfering and touched his bow. I said, what'd you do? He said, I put my bow down. I had a chat with him. I said, I grabbed that cunt by the throat. That would be it. Fuck the competition. And I think that same prick won that category out. It's those cunts, isn't it? There's one everywhere. If you say anything, then you're getting this shit from the officials. If they do their fucking job properly, they wouldn't have to be words. Don't you hate that when you be at work and if someone rings you in and says something like that and you're thinking, cunt! You just wish you were there, kind of thing. But anyway, They did very well. The three of them did very well. So, well done. And actually, well done to all the Irish people because there was more medals. Very well done. They performed very well. So, I think the next big one now is... There's a few big ones coming up. There's, shit, what is it fucking called? There's a big one in May. And I think there's one in July up the north somewhere, the UKFAC. They're kind of and then there's Dunbrody. And then you've a splatter in between. Club shoots. So now that my bow's all spanking, working fine, I was never so happy. I was so relieved coming home from the range last night, because when I found my gap, would say, for the 20 yards, and I just started getting a nice blast of consistent X's in there, I was like, thank fuck. Should have done this way before I went to the Nationals. Had no business going to the Nationals with that bow. It was a fucking act of God that I won anything down there. I was very surprised, but very delighted. Yeah, it's a bitch. You gotta keep your shit together. You gotta be looking all the time. Be organised, be prepared. I just show up and shoot from the hip and hope for the best. That just won't fucking fly anymore. It's okay for the first year, perhaps. But you gotta take it seriously, If you want the results you look for, you gotta do it right. So, I hear a few conversations on is it the winning? Fuck, I forget the name of it. Tifam's podcast, which you can find on Spotify. But listen to some of their chats about other archers talking about their process and all of that. That's interesting. I like listening to them. It's always good to get all the perspectives, But it's like with painting. I'll watch 100 different artists do their thing brilliantly and talk about their stuff brilliantly, and you'll be taking loads on board. But the minute you stand in front of the canvas, it's gone, baby. All gone. It's just you and the canvas and whatever. And it's the same with the archery. It's like, I was talking to Olympic Dave one night last year at the range, and he was like, help me out with a problem. And then he just he went on more about it, and then he was like, okay, go shoot. And then I was going, and he just showed me out what I should be doing. And I'm pretty much just doing that since. That kind of one lesson, I suppose, if you will, from his experience and enthusiasm. And I've been just working on that. That's kind of like the spine of my form, in a sense. Yeah, pretty much. And on the day, then it depends on your mood as well. You'll probably change a few things to kind of just, if it's not going right, okay, is it my bow? But now I know it's not my bow. My bow is super now. It's solid. It's sweet. So now it's just me. So that's handy. I'm easily managed. So yeah, I'm looking forward now to going. I think Leash is the next shoot. That's a double. So that's a good one. That's a good one to get at. I like going up there. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting back into it. Back in the groove, baby. Back in the groove. And talking to Dave about his trip to Spain and his success and what that felt like. I heard the hotel they were in was shit. It looked great in the pictures because we booked that hotel. We were going to stay in that hotel, like an apartment thing. We're thinking, fuck, that looks great. It'd be great for the kids and all that. We were going to go as a whole thing. So I suppose we dodged the bullet there by not going in the end. Because he has a few things to say about that. And his missus had a lot to say about that. They be telling you all these things, and I think it's brilliant. I love listening to these things. And I'm sure other people will love listening to them. Especially if you're into archery. I mean, we're not even 2 years in, you know what I mean? And it's like, something will pop up. Sure, fuck it, we'll give it a go. There's no like, oh, we're not ready. None of that jazz. Fuck that. We've already wasted time by only being a year and a half in. We should have done this 20 years ago. But alas, here we are. So whenever something pops up, I say, fuck it, we'll give it a go. Who knows, we might win. And you just go to absorb it all in. Take in the atmosphere, take in the procedure. You know, and just fucking be a sponge. And knock the crack out of it. Because I met a few people now at the Nationals and they were fairly twitchy. It's like they made a big deal out of it in their head and it overwhelmed them. And they were a bit rattled. Which was interesting, but whatever. Everyone is different, hence the beauty of it all. So, we will forget all the negative cunts in the world and we will march on with a smile in our face and a bow in our hand and hope. So, folks, I'm late this week, I think. Am I late? I'm like a day late, maybe. I don't know why I'm a day late. I don't know what fucking day I have. The weeks are flying by. And then I'm all fucked up in the head. I'm all, like, you know, not crazy. Just blocked up. And I can't fucking get rid of it. Of course, then you be out in the fucking rain and the wind and the snow. I got in there this morning now on a job. I went to get this big fuck off limestone head over a window. It's about 2.5 meters long. But luckily enough, another brother of mine, Graham, was able to organise a load all. So we had to be there for like, I don't know, not too bad. We were there for about 7:30. We got the thing up. Everything was done and dusted, centred, levelled by about 8:15. But my God almighty, it was freezing. And then the rain came heavy. And then the fucking snow came. I was in the van till 11. And it was still fucking kicking in. So I said, fuck this. I'm going home, baby. Wasting my time sitting in the van. It just did not look like it was going to stop. But 1:30, then it's sun and shine and all that shit. I'm like, fuck. But them are the brakes. So, my friends, my subscribers, my first time visitors, the ones who think it's crazy, stupid, fucking idiot, all of yous, have a good day. Hopefully you'll tune in again. Got some folks coming soon. It should be fun. Some fun folks coming in for chat. So, I shall talk to y'all soon and y'all be good now. And to mind them fucking Terry people. They're only Terrys. It's only entertainment. Don't watch them after a feed a drink. Scared the fuck out of you. Goodbye now.